Hi guys, it's me again. Today I want us to talk about three things that people do not mention about online writing and online work in general. So I've been mining this online money since 2012 when I first debuted into this career as an academic writer, researcher, and assistant. And when I started back then, there are so many things that I did not know. Since then, I have watched hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on different types of online work, how to succeed, and how you can make money. Since 2012, I believe I have gained a lot of experience. I have also made my money online. That's what I have been doing that entire time. And there are a few things that I've noticed that people forget. I think it's just forgetting to mention about online work. So if you see me for the first time, it's your girl, Zawadi. Don't forget to subscribe and let's just get right into it. One thing that people forget to say is that you need a track record, a little bit of experience, and the way to show this experience is through your samples. But you can still make it as a beginner and you can still make it as a complete dummy. When I started back then in 2012, guys, I was a complete dummy. I'm serious. I was a complete dummy. It wasn't until when I asked Mukiri to come and show me a few things that I stopped being a dummy and turned into, uh, let's say, a beginner because I wasn't a veteran yet. And one of the things I learned is clients want samples. They want assurance. They want to trust you with your work. So they need to know, have you done this kind of thing before? How can I know that you've done this kind of thing before and that you're sure? Because even when a client comes online to look for work, trust me, they're also worried if they're just going to hire just another person who won't provide value. So that's their worry, and that's where this track record experience thing comes from. So I watched this video that directed me to create samples of my own, and that's how I created my own track record. By creating these samples yourself, you are actually getting the experience that you need. You're getting the samples that you need to show your client and tell them, hey, I have done this kind of samples before, I have done this type of work before, so here. And that is how I was able to get my first job. I think especially on Upwork. You know, Upwork is good if you're looking for direct clients, and that is how I was able to get my first contract on Upwork. I think I made about $700 on that contract alone, and it was my first contract, by the way, guys. Trust me, for that $700 I did a lot of work over a couple of weeks. I think I was doing 10 articles every week for that client. Yeah. And when you create your own sample, actually I started by borrowing samples. While it can work, I don't think it's the best way to proceed, but it has worked for a few people. But that's not really the kind of relationship you want to have with your client based on borrowed samples. So it's nice to create your own samples so that you can get immersed in the creating process, and so that you can know that this is where it gets hard and this is where it gets easy. So the second thing you need to know is that don't worry if you are a complete dummy like I was, or just a beginner, because the second thing is you learn with every job that you do. That's completely true. It doesn't matter whatever training you have gone for, how much money you paid for the training. At the end of the day, no one, and this is true, no one will ever teach you everything that you need to know to no one will ever teach you everything that you need to know at that certain short period of training. No one, because this is the truth. Online work is very diverse. Client preferences are very diverse because clients themselves are very diverse, and their companies that they work with are also very diverse, have very diverse needs and very diverse preferences. So that makes the work that you come across to be very diverse. It doesn't matter even if you're within the same niche. So what do you do in such a case? You learn with every job. You learn with every job, because this client will come and say they want Harvard referencing. The other one will come and say they want APA. The other one will come and tell you they want IEEE. And you've probably never even done the IEEE type of referencing, which by the way is common with Middle Eastern and tech computer jobs. What do you do? This is what I used to do personally. The person who was, because I started with someone giving me jobs, I think they were paying me 250. That's like back in 2012. They were giving me 250 shillings per job, and I did not know anything. I would tell Mukiri, he would ask me, do you know how to do this? Because he also knew that I was a beginner. What he did not know is that I was a dummy. So he would ask me, do you know how to do APA? I'd be like, hell yes, I know how to do APA. He'd be like, do you know how to do Harvard? He'd be like, yes. I'd be like, send the job. I know how to do Harvard. And the next thing that I would do is I would go online. I would search Harvard Inference, Harvard Insight Referencing. How do you cite Harvard without any authors? How do you cite Harvard with no year? And that's how I learned how to do it. And I would forget with the next job, I would have to go back online and do the same research. It just got to a point where now Harvard referencing, APA, and everything is just second nature. I can cite it for you with my eyes closed, and that's how you get better. You get better with every job. So don't worry, and don't let anyone lie to you that you have to know everything. You don't, because you learn with every job. Learning on online work is very important, because people change, things change, requirements change, preferences change. So just relax. You got this. I started as a dummy. No one trained me. I had no one to hold my hand. And here I am, 10 years later, still doing online work, still eating, still paying my rent, still being alive, still thriving. Yeah. The third thing you need to know is that online work can be very seasonal. This is true. Some people forget to mention that, but they know this too. It's very seasonal. You don't get to make money all the time. For instance, right now, for people who do professional writing, academic writing, right now, the truth is it's a very low season. Some people have been making completely nothing. People who were making like 200,000 shillings in January are now making probably 50k. People who are making 100 are probably making 20. Others who are making 20 are probably making 10,000. Others are making nothing. Like, it's crazy. Online work is very seasonal. If you're on a platform like Upwork and you do not have if you do not have a long-term contract, the truth is work will be very seasonal. So one thing that online work teaches you is that you have to get a saving culture. If you don't have that, there are times when you will suffer. If you happen to get like a big job that gives you good money, you have to invest that money, because you can suffer. 2020, if you ask online people who work online, 2020 was the absolute worst year. I'm telling you, there was no work. I suffered. Hey, I suffered like. So you need to be very careful about that. So that's pretty much it. And I want you to know that you can do it, because I did it too. I started from a point of no knowledge at all, and I did it too. What you gotta do is make sure that you execute the strategies that you have seen are working for other people. If you take those strategies too and execute them for yourself and just be persistent on that, you're gonna be making money very soon. It always starts hard, but it gets easier as you become a guru. So make sure to subscribe if you have found any value in this video. Have a good rest of your day. That's my time. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.